I found running because it was hard. I didn't like to do it. I didn't want to do it. But then I found that it allowed me to go to a place in my mind that I didn't know how to go if I wasn't running.
Welcome back to Dope Conversations with Dave Carroll and Friends. My name is Rich Cardona, and today we're going to be talking about Dave and how if you were in a car next to him at a light, you would look at this dude all tatted up, hat backwards, blasting probably Nipsey Hussle or something, and you would not say to yourself, I bet that dude meditated this morning.
That's a fair statement.
We're going to be talking about wellness and self-care. Now, one of the previous episodes, we talked about the concept of 1440, Dave.
Yep.
And you did mention meditation and some of those other things, but
Totally.
Let's just talk about in this world, whether you are a marketing employee, whether you're a business owner, or whether you're just a freaking dad or mom who's busy as hell trying to raise your kids right, how mental and physical health have kind of just like surged into your life as a requisite.
Yeah.
It may have even saved you. So let's talk about like what kind of kickstarted this. And actually, hold on, I want to share this anecdote. You showed yesterday, or Bryn showed it yesterday on her phone.
The face meet.
So there's this feature on iPhone. If you don't know this, if you're not an iPhone user, you might not want to listen to this podcast anyway, because I don't know if we get down with Android people.
Probably not.
But there's this feature where it'll just cycle through your camera roll, and especially if it's like a loved one or something, every hour. And she showed a picture and you looked at it and you pointed it out, and you were, I don't know, man, like 20, 30 pounds heavier, maybe
200 for sure.
200?
I'm like $175 right now.
Okay.
200. Yeah.
And you looked at it like in disgust.
Yeah.
But that was not forever ago.
No.
It seems like. So like, when you look at that, what do you think of yourself, and what happened around that time that kind of snapped you out of it?
I think we all can go back to like photos of us, regardless of physical health, and just be like, man, I don't even know that person.
Mm-hmm. I used to wear my chain on the outside.
Right. So like, to that photo we looked at dinner, it's funny. We've been going back and doing reels of some of my old content, and I'll get DMs from some of my homies like, bro, who did you eat? Like, what was that? And it wasn't like, it was weird. I was like skinny fat. It was like that, just soggy. And I remember when I see that picture, when I get that, like that feeling, you hit it on the head, it's fucking disgust. What disgusts me is like how I felt.
Yeah.
How I was operating, how I was living. And it's just, it encompasses, I left a part of myself back there. And it wasn't like, I didn't go on some like weight loss journey or anything like that. It was the byproduct of good behaviors. Like, I didn't set out and say, I'm going to lose some weight, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to whatever. It was like anything that happens good in life requires some type of commitment. What I committed to about 18 months ago was like, I just want to feel better.
Yeah.
I want to feel better mentally. I want to feel better emotionally. I want to feel better physically. I want to feel better spiritually. Like anything good in life, it's a journey. Like, it doesn't happen overnight. I found peace and serenity in some shit that I never thought that I would consider in my life. Like, growing up in high school, I was the dude that didn't want to go to your cabin because my fucking cell phone wouldn't work. Like, I didn't like the calm, the peace, the sitting, the quiet, any of it. And even to this day, like, meditation is still a practice for me. I look forward to it, but there'll be times when I set my timer that I'm like, it's almost over. And I have to go back to that thought and go through it, because like, I'm a firm believer that everyone needs to do hard shit. You got to be able to go to a place mentally, because your mind will give up way before your body will. And that's the internal conversations you have to have. Like, your body can go run 100 miles. Your mind will tell you that you can't do it and convince you, or you'll convince yourself to give up. I've really found peace in doing hard things, not because it's hitting a goal of doing something hard. It's being able to go back to the journey and remember what it felt like when things were getting difficult. So when I have that feeling again about, this is hard, I don't want to do this, I want to give up, I can go back to that mental place of where I was on the 9th mile out of 10, on the 90th push-up out of 100. I correlate so much of it with like physical activity. Because like, dude, I'm a student with this shit. By no means, I'm not fucking Huberman or Pete Artia, or like I follow these guys because I want to learn from them, where I consider myself a student of wellness, is the time that I've invested understanding like the management of like my heart rate during the day, my intake of sun. Because what I found, it was actually Gary that said this a while ago. It was like, I look at how I feel when I don't work out and when I do. And I simply feel better when I do. And the discipline is in those mornings when you get up and you don't want to work out and you go do it anyways. Because
Yes.
never on one of those days do you get through that workout and you're like, man, I feel shittier.
100%.
Absolutely fucking not, dude. Like, I'm a runner. There will be mornings when I get up and that first mile and a half, I'm like, fuck this. My fucking knee hurts. I want to turn around. It must have been a raccoon that just died that I ran by. That shit stinks. Like something where I could just talk myself out of it.
Yes.
You know what happens by the third mile every time? I feel fucking amazing.
I know.
And then when I get done with that, I'm propelled to like have a better conversation. Like running for me, I'll be selfish here for a second. Running for me is the best thing that I've ever done for my mental health because I can go be fucking crazy. Like I can go on my own. I leave my house. I sign a contract with myself before I leave. And I say, I'm going to go run this far. That's it. Like there's no agenda. There's no question. I'm going to go do this shit. And then it's like, I get to a place. You ever driving and then like you've been driving for 20 minutes and you're like, what the fuck was I just paying attention to? Because it wasn't the road.
Yeah. How'd I get here?
When I run and I put myself in a situation to just like go in a direction or find something beautiful, dude, like I used to be the dude when I would get off a flight, I'm hitting an Uber Black, take me to a strip club because I'm about to go get wild for a couple hours. Like didn't matter what city I was in. I land in a city now. I already have it planned on all trails. I go on a fucking run and I go explore something beautiful and I go earn a view. I go make a commitment that I'm going to go on a run. I'm going to go explore. I'm going to go find something. I'm going to get an exercise in and I go earn a view because I can share it. I can say, I just got off this run. I'm so proud that I just did like negative splits. Negative splits mean like if you're running and you start your first mile is at 10 minutes, your next one's at 9:40, your next one at 9:35, your next one's at negative splits lead to a positive day. Mm-hmm. And so like for me, I found running because like it was hard. I didn't like to do it. I didn't want to do it. But then I found that like it allowed me to go to a place in my mind that I didn't know how to go if I wasn't running. If I didn't engage in that activity to be able to mentally like check out from everything else going around. I flip when I'm running between like a podcast or I have like a running, like you might fuck around and catch me running to the Rocky theme music or some OT The Real or some like super hood shit all the way to like 80s fucking theme music stuff. Yeah. I can tailor where I'm going or what I'm doing based on the day I'm having or what I'm going to go into it. If I can recognize in the morning, I feel the ginger ale. I'm fucking spicy. I'm in Slack too much. I'm fucking around with a customer service issue. I'm like, I got to go break some shit. I got to go to savage mode in the pain cave and go get out of that. Now, I'm just self-aware enough to know that's how I'm wired. Other people might be like for me, the meditation lately has been so powerful because like there are people that don't want to go do some heavy metal lifting activity, but get the same thing out of doing yoga. Yeah. They get the same thing out of a breathing exercise. They get the same thing out of any. And so like my wellness journey has been one of the things that I'm probably the most thankful for in my life because it's truly had an impact. And like we all have a tool belt in our personal life, in our business life. There were notches that I didn't knew existed that were empty that I now have tools to put in to deal with different situations. Like if I want to sleep better, I get in the fucking sauna. If I wake up and I'm tired in the morning because I only slept 4 hours and got 2 shitty nights of sleep, if I go get in that cold water for 3 minutes, I'm fucking back at it for the day. If I'm feeling sluggish the day before, I know that if I don't eat a couple hours before I go to bed and I carry a fast, it's 6 p.m. right now as we're recording this. I haven't eaten since dinner last night.
Me either.
I feel
actually.
Yeah. It's like I know my body and I know how I feel because I'm in tune with it. And a lot of it, look, when I start talking about sobriety and shit like this, I want to be clear. I want everyone to smoke weed out of their guns with their husbands and do what make them happy. Whatever your thing is in life, politics, sobriety, whatever aside, like I want everyone to be happy. What I can say is that when I gave up drinking, my life changed. the cloudiness, the reckless behavior, the attitudes, the decisions I would make out of town that could potentially be risking everything that I fucking love.
Yeah.
Since I gave up drinking, none of that happens. Now, I'm not telling our viewers that you got to stop drinking today. What I'm saying is the impact in giving up drinking allowed me to be in a better mindset to focus on my health and my wellness.
I want to hit an entire episode on that, but I need to play devil's advocate here. And we got just a few minutes left to tell your audience. I'm going to be that cynic right now. Dave, good for you, dude. I'm happy. You got 2 businesses that exploded. You got a podcast. You got content. You got a team. All this. My business is a couple years old. It's already hard. Like, how can you expect me to possibly add hard shit? I don't have time to go run 3 miles. I don't have time to go sit and meditate. I got kids I got to get to school. I got this other job that I have at night. Whatever it is, like, if it's already hard, how are you going to tell people to do what you're doing?
How much time did you spend doing shit today that wasn't required of you? How serious do you take yourself? Are you happy with where you're at right now? Do you feel right now in your life that you are happy and you are fulfilled and you want for nothing and you're cool being for where you're at for the rest of your life? Cool, bro. Keep doing that shit. That's it. Like, if you can relate at all to the desire for more, if you feel right now in your life that there is something, a goal, an achievement, anything that you want, and you think that behaving and operating in that mentality is going to get you there, bro, keep doing it. Like, please, that's what I want for you. But if you are willing to accept the fact that you have to make some changes in your life to where you want to get, because I've been sitting in your seat, Mr. Whoever just told me that. I'm working fucking 18 hours a day. I'm struggling with my relationship. I'm struggling with my parenting. I'm fucking broke. I'm fucking stressed. Dave, fuck you, your business, your backwards hat, and your wellness, because I'm fucking hurting right now. You got a choice to make a change. Every day, you got a choice and you got a chance. Which one you want to take? Because, like, dude, if you're happy where you're at right now, I'm happy for you. I want nothing for everyone in the world to be content about where they're at. And if you can say that the way that you're thinking, operating, communicating, all that is where you want to be for the rest of your life, bro, just keep at it.
And you don't know a lot of those people, and I don't either.
Nope.
Not the people I want to be around, at least.
But now you get to choose who you surround yourself with, who you're influenced by, who you give your minutes to, where you spend your own minutes, because it is selfish to not be selfless. If you cannot say, I have room for growth and improvement and get out of your own phone. Yeah, bro, I bet it's fucking hard. I bet everything you're going through is hard, but you signed up for this. No one made you do any of this shit. No one made you go get a tax ID, start a business, have kids. No one made you do any of that. That was your choice. If you are content with the way that you feel every day, can I get some tips, please? Because
be a guest.
My journey.
Yeah.
My journey is I'm just always trying to get better.
Yep.
For me, for the people that depend on me, for hopefully we meet someday.
Yeah. I
want to be the best version of myself. And that requires me to check in every day and do the fucking work. Because I know when I was not doing that dude we saw the picture of, he wasn't doing that shit.
Yeah.
I am happier now than I was then because I spend my minutes doing hard shit so I can get better at it.
I like how you talk about the pain cave a lot. And as a retired Marine, one of the sayings we always had was pain is weakness leaving the body. But like, even now as I'm older, and the pain cave concept or doing it anyway, all that kind of stuff. It's like pain is weakness leaving the body, but it's inviting strength in. Because do you know what I'm saying? You're vacating the weakness and you're just going to hit that next level. And that's separation season. And I think that's where you like to live. I think that's where you like to live. Beautiful. I think that's where a lot of us like to live. But if you're listening and you're struggling, I don't think he was bullshitting. If you're happy, you're happy. If you're struggling, send Dave a DM. Hit him up with a comment.
Please
ask him a question. Don't ask him how to start. Tell him what you started and how you can get better. And I almost guarantee you'll get a response when he's
Absolutely.
got the time.
Absolutely.
All right. In the next episode, we're going to cover the 9-to-5 debate, man. We're going to talk about traditional employment versus entrepreneurship. I don't think you're an entrepreneurship advocate as much as you are a realist. So we're going to talk about that for those people out there who want to flirt with the idea, and we're not going to shit on them for it.
I'm excited. Let's get it.
All right.